The PRC is the only competitor out there with both the intent to reshape the international order.
The economy of China is at a crucial juncture. Recent news has made it apparent that the economic health of the world's second largest economy is in jeopardy. With increasing trade tensions between China and the United States, along with an unprecedented amount of debt, the Chinese government is being pushed to take drastic action in order to turn their economy around. This video will discuss how China's current economic situation has come about and what potential solutions there are for improving its condition. Recent news reports have brought to light the fact that China's economy is in bad shape. According to economists, the Chinese economy is facing some of its worst economic downturns since the 1970s. This news has caused unease among investors and other nations who rely on a healthy Chinese economy for their own prosperity. The Chinese government has responded with a range of economic stimulus measures, but it remains to be seen how effective these will be in improving the current state of affairs. The economic situation in China is quickly deteriorating. With the coronavirus pandemic causing shutdowns and job losses, the country's economy has been hit hard and may not be able to recover for some time. Analysts are warning that China's economy could shrink this year due to these devastating effects of the virus, with experts predicting a contraction of up to 3%. This would mark the first time in decades that China's economy contracted during an annual period, signaling just how severe the epidemic has become. In addition, unemployment rates have skyrocketed as businesses shutter their doors while consumer spending continues to drop drastically. This has led to a sharp decline in Chinese exports and a widening trade deficit, both of which could further damage the nation's economy even more if left unchecked. The causes of the country's economic woes are varied and complex, but global trade, tariffs, and debt have all played their part in the decline. Global trade is one of the major factors affecting China's economy. The escalating U.S.-China trade war has significantly impacted Chinese exports as well as manufacturers who rely on imports from other countries. Tariffs imposed by both sides have resulted in decreased international business activity for China's traders and difficult times for its citizens. The country also carries a significant amount of debt that continues to weigh down its economic stability. With rising prices, job losses, and a decrease in living standards, Chinese citizens have been feeling the effects of the nation's economic downturn. The cost of living has risen drastically as a result of inflation and government policies, leaving many struggling to make ends meet. The lack of jobs available has also increased pressure on households as more and more people are unemployed or underemployed. This combination has led to an increase in poverty levels throughout China, affecting millions of people who are now unable to support their families. To make matters worse, job opportunities for young adults seeking employment after graduating from college have dwindled significantly due to the current economic climate. As a result, many young Chinese workers are stuck in low-paying jobs that offer little room for career growth or advancement. The Chinese government has been looking for solutions to their economic woes, but the private sector may have a better solution. Businesses and entrepreneurs within China are developing innovative strategies to restructure economic systems from the ground up. By utilizing new technologies, businesses can create customized solutions that draw on their own local expertise to strengthen growth and development within their country. Chinese business leaders are also focusing on increasing access to capital to help build stronger communities and foster innovation with outside investment. Companies are investing in startups and offering financial assistance in the form of loans and grants, which can help spur an increase in employment opportunities and stimulate production of goods and services across the nation. Private sector entities have also started investing heavily in research and development projects, which will lead to further technological advancements that have the potential to benefit both citizens and businesses alike. As the Chinese economy continues to suffer due to a slowdown in growth, the government is responding with a series of stimulus packages and tax cuts. For example, the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang recently announced an array of measures designed to boost investment and demand. These include tax reductions for small businesses and relaxed credit rules for banks, as well as additional spending on infrastructure projects such as railways and roads. In addition, Beijing has promised more subsidies for struggling industries like steelmaking, which could potentially help spur economic activity. The government also plans to increase spending on social welfare programs such as health care reform and poverty alleviation efforts, while reducing taxes on salaries. This move is meant to stimulate domestic consumption by giving citizens more money in their pockets that they can use to purchase goods and services. The trade war between the United States and China is having a devastating effect on both countries' economies. With each side imposing tariffs on imports, exports, and investments, the economic fallout is being felt by companies around the world. International reactions to this growing conflict have been mixed, ranging from support to criticism of both sides' actions. In response to U.S. sanctions, Chinese officials have warned of grave consequences if American actions continue.
I view them as a friend. I have tremendous respect for President Xi.
Beijing has also placed retaliatory tariffs on American-made goods in an effort to protect its own economy and protect domestic jobs. Meanwhile, other countries are watching with interest in order to better assess how the unfolding dispute could affect their own interests. The European Union, for instance, has voiced concern about the potential implications for global growth. The economic future of China is uncertain, and it appears that the country's economy is in bad shape.
Unlike China, Russia can't systemically challenge the United States over the long term.
With its slowing growth, a large trade conflict with the United States, and an increasing debt burden, the Chinese economy is facing a number of challenges. Despite this difficult landscape, there are some signs that show potential for recovery. China has recently taken measures to inject stimulus into its economy by cutting taxes and increasing spending on infrastructure projects. This could lead to increased economic activity and potentially boost China's GDP growth rate in 2024. Additionally, Beijing appears to be ready to make additional concessions in ongoing trade negotiations with Washington. However, the outcome of these talks remains unclear. It's safe to say that China's economy has taken a few hits recently. But hey, chin up. Let's face it, no one is perfect, and both businesses and countries will have their less than stellar moments. It's how you decide to move forward that really matters.